Morning, my name is Adam Noble. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the Deputy Chief of Mahoney County Hazmat Team. Just here to go over a couple of diking and damming, some booming stuff, just a few refreshers on some basic hazmat stuff. You guys have some equipment. We're going to go over some barrels here shortly that you guys have with equipment on them. So just going to show you a couple little things, just some reminders for setup when we get into trying to contain some spill. So behind me on the floor here, you'll see have some booms set up. We're kind of theorizing that this room here is a some sort of a waterway, a creek, river. So I'm just going to kind of go over just a couple of things of how I have this set up, just as a reminder. So if we go over here to this side, see this side here along the wall, have coming down along the wall, and then it makes the bend. So as we're setting this up, we're going to make sure that's over against the bank of the water source, and then with that bend in the corner, that allows for a catch point. So as things are getting put together, it's going to kind of direct everything in that one direction. Make sure that it gets caught, easy point to catch if we have to get a back truck in to make some sort of catching and clean up afterwards. And then if you look behind me here, so I have three booms set up, and as you'll see the way these are sitting, they overlap just a little bit. There's hooks and rings on the ends of each of these. So if you look, you've got a ring on the end of this one with a hook here, and then the same one this side. So we have these set up like this, and if you'll notice, this runs at a backwards angle just slightly. So we have these overlapped, and the overlap is going to make sure it's going to be on the outside. So as it's draining down at the angle from left to right, the front side allows it to get pushed up against the one behind it. If we do it the other way, that can leave a little bit of an opening and allow some product to escape. So we have that set there, that set here, same down on this other end. Again, have it down along the edge of the wall or the bank. Again, have that bend. This is going to run at just a little bit of an angle. So one end's going to be a little bit further than the other. Again, that allows for a catch point along the bank. We can bring in some sort of a cleaning truck, vac truck, if we need to suck anything out of the water. The other thing is that most of our product is then going to pull in this corner here. Then we can put some pads on top as well. Do whatever else we might need to do to help contain and clean up the spill. So with this, just again, a couple things. Bend your edges. Make sure it does run at a little bit of an angle. And make sure it's nice and tight, especially if there was some maybe decent water flow moving. The center is going to want to push back. So just make sure that it's nice and tight. Use a couple of twigs here in these corners to keep those edges pulled back, tied off nice and snug. And this will do most of the work for us. And then again, this corner here, put some pads down, get a back truck in, whatever we need to do to go ahead and make that final cleanup. Alright, so we're going to go over these here real quick, just a little bit of a reminder of what's in them. So you notice there's going to be two, there's actually a total of four, two of each. Two of these are labeled oil only, two that are labeled all hazard. So we're just going to do a quick overview of what's inside. Got a bag of absorbent pads. Actually, there's multiple in here. Feels like we got three of these inside of each one of these, and then multiple of these smaller white absorbent booms as well. The booms we can use in the same setup as what we already did, as I already demonstrated. Then these pads, we can use those other scenarios, other places to fill in and make some sort of absorption. The difference is going to be in these. You'll notice ones in the oil only are white. Everything in the all hazards, everything is yellow, including the pads, also colored yellow. The only difference is the oil only, gasolines, motor oil, those kind of things. The all hazard, is anything else. Possibly antifreeze, anything else that we might. So the oil only are going to be primarily used on your car accidents and those kind of things, and then your all hazard could be anything else. They would also work as a secondary on an automobile accident if you needed additional supplies, but then these are for anything that is not oil based. So as I said, remember, there's two of each of these. The way they're labeled now, Rescue 3, Engine 15, or how they're labeled, so I'm assuming that's where they're going to end up at. So they will work, they'll be on those two trucks, and then all the equipment will be inside of them. You can pull them out. These barrels themselves can also be used as containing barrels. We have a couple gallons or a pail of something. You can dump all this stuff out, just throw that the container inside, seal it up. Then everything can just catch inside, and then it can get cleaned up from in here, instead of having to try to control it from somewhere else.